you just now tuning in, hit the like, hit the subscribe, hit the bell. GMS family, Green Room. Let's talk about it. Yo, 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 let's talk about it, man. Let's talk about it. We are back, man. We are back. We are back. Yo, breaking news hit. Breaking news hit the waves while we were live doing the review. The men, all three men, the evil men that were involved in the murder, the slaying, the modern day lynching of Ahmaud Arbery have been found guilty on all charges without the possibility of parole. And I am not going to hold you. I'm going to play this shit. Hold on, give me a second. I'm gonna play it. This is the Judge Timothy Walmsley. Here's him reading the verdicts. You know what I'm saying? I want to wait till a little bit more people are in here so that we can see this together. But I want to start this off right. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be posted. So if you want to see this, you can hit the rewind. Let's get to it. What up, Red Polo? What's going on?
I'm going to go ahead and address each one of these verdict forms separately. First verdict form I have is the state of Georgia versus Travis McMichael. Mr. McMichael, please stand.
Name sounds like he has a white hood in his closet right now.
In the Superior Court of Glenn County, state of Georgia, the state of Georgia versus Travis McMichael, case number CR 000433. Jury verdict form. Count 1, malice murder. We, the jury, find the defendant, Travis McMichael, guilty. I'm going to ask that
you out of here.
Just made an outburst.
You out of here.
From the court, please.
You out of here.
Count 2.
You out of
Felony
here.
murder. We, the jury, find the defendant, Travis McMichael, guilty. Count 3. Felony murder. We, the jury, find the defendant, Travis McMichael, guilty.
You out of here.
Count 4. Felony murder. We, the jury, find the defendant, Travis McMichael, guilty.
You out of here.
Count 5. Felony murder. We, the jury, find the defendant, Travis McMichael, guilty.
You out of here.
Count 6. Aggravated assault. We, the jury, find the defendant, Travis McMichael, guilty.
Get your ass in the
7.
showers.
Aggravated assault. We, the jury, find the defendant, Travis McMichael, guilty.
Look at the face he has. He knows what is waiting for him behind those bars. He knows. This is the end. This is it. That is the face of a man who is going to be done for.
Count 8. False imprisonment. We, the jury, find the defendant, Travis McMichael, guilty.
Get
Count
out of
9.
here.
Criminal attempt to commit a felony. We, the jury, find the defendant, Travis McMichael, guilty. Dated this 24th day of November, 2021, signed by the foreperson. In the Superior Court of Glenn County, state of Georgia, state of Georgia versus William R. Bryan, case number CR 2000433.
Look, he knows it's coming.
Form.
He knows it's coming.
Count 1, malice murder. We, the jury, find the defendant, William R. Bryan, not guilty.
Oh.
Count 2, felony murder. We, the jury, find the defendant, William R. Bryan, not guilty.
Oh.
Count 3, felony murder. We, the jury, find the defendant, William R. Bryan, guilty.
Got him.
Count 4,
Psych.
We
He
the
thought,
jury
hey, for a split second, he thought he was cool. He was like, oh, okay, all right, maybe they found some mercy on me. Nope.
find the defendant William R. Bryan guilty. Count 5, felony murder. We, the jury, find the defendant William R. Bryan guilty. Count 6, aggravated assault. We, the jury, find the defendant William R. Bryan not guilty.
You're out of here. You're out of here.
Count 7,
It doesn't
aggravated
matter.
assault.
You're out of here.
We, the jury, find the defendant William R. Bryan guilty. Count 8, false imprisonment. We, the jury, find the defendant William R. Bryan guilty. Count 9, criminal attempt to commit a felony. We, the jury, find the defendant William R. Bryan guilty.
Oof.
Signed this 24th day of November by
Oof.
the foreperson.
Hey, like Shaq say, when you go behind those bars, you are not barbecue chicken. You are delicious barbecue chicken. To all the other inmates who will be there, your cellmate, you are barbecue chicken. I'm telling you this right now. Pure barbecue chicken. You will taste scrumptious to somebody named Big Mandingo. Barbecue chicken. That is what you are.
In the Superior Court of Glenn County,
Oh,
State of
3 out of
Georgia
3.
versus Greg McMichael.
Here's the
Case number
daddy.
CR 20.
This is the dad. This is the dad of the whole group. This is the dad. Imagine this. You and your son are going to be behind bars for the rest of your life. Look at this, man. Let me just say this real quick before he reads this off. Do you understand? This is what we talk about when we say that these things are taught. His daddy should be in jail right now. Where's the other McMichael at? Is he dead? Because he taught him how to do it, and then he taught his son the same bullshit that he was taught his whole life, which made them feel the way that they felt about seeing a black man just breathing and walking in public. That shit is taught and is passed down, and look what happened. Perfect example. The father and the son both going to jail for the rest of their life to become barbecue chicken.
00433. Jury verdict form. Count 1, malice murder. We, the jury, find the defendant Greg McMichael not guilty. Count 2, felony murder. We, the jury, find the defendant Greg McMichael guilty. Count
Get outta
3,
here.
felony murder. We, the jury, find the defendant Greg McMichael guilty. Count 4, felony murder. We, the jury, find the defendant Greg McMichael guilty.
You're out of here.
Count 5, felony murder. We, the jury, find the defendant Greg McMichael guilty. Count 6, aggravated assault. We, the jury, find the defendant Greg McMichael guilty.
He got boo-booic thoughts right now.
Count 7, aggravated assault. We, the jury, find the defendant Greg McMichael guilty. Count 8, false imprisonment. We, the jury, find the defendant Greg McMichael guilty. Count 9, criminal attempt to commit a felony. We, the jury, find the defendant Greg McMichael guilty.
Yeah,
This 24th day of
here.
November 2021, signed by the four.
Yeah, here. You right. That is the last time. D. Chan said that's the last time he'll feel a woman's touch. You are right. Because from this point on, all he's ever going to feel is pure man meat. Pause. But that's for you. You and your son. Imagine you in jail right now. You're going to be in prison. Imagine you somewhere on the other side and you still can hear your son in the other cell getting his Caesar salad tossed. And you can't do nothing about it. Because this is what you have bred. This is what you have raised. This is what you have taught. You will have to take that lick. You got to wake up the next morning and walk out your cell and see your son limping out that motherfucker with his back hunched over. It's some nigga named Moist Marvin walking out behind him drenched in sweat. Talking about meet me back here after chow. You got to take that lick. This is all on you, man. You the parent. You the dad. You were supposed to teach him how to be a better person. You were supposed to teach him how to be the type of individual who would look at everybody as equal. You wasn't supposed to teach him that white supremacy ass bullshit. See, that's what happens when all that shit is passed down from one to another. And it's actually unfortunate that more people haven't been made examples of like this in America, because we know more than just these people exist. These ain't the only individuals on earth that will look at a black man walking freely, doing nothing at all that's wrong, and will pursue him and look at him as a threat for no reason at all. We know that exists. And the extreme that it went to, and the fact that we even had to sit this long and wait on the trial to get to where it was, man, the biggest clear-cut case of them all. But when you dealing with people that look like us, and when we're the ones who have been victimized, motherfuckers want to get all the facts. They want to make sure they get into all the nooks and crannies to see if there's any loopholes that they can figure out to get these people either less time, no time, anything to be in the favor of what the system was built to protect in the first place. They all have life sentences without the possibility of parole, I believe. I think so. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong. You said the death penalty is on the table too, huh? Oh, okay. Okay. I don't oppose that. I don't oppose that one bit. Hey, you get what's coming to you, man. When you the type of individuals who will hunt somebody down like prey because you saw them walking in your neighborhood, you don't. That's another thing, man. We talking about abolishing the police system and all this other shit. We need to abolish these motherfucking neighborhood watch motherfuckers. We need to abolish citizens arrest. Who the fuck are you? Go to the police academy and get a badge, nigga. What the fuck are you talking about a citizen's arrest for? Mind your motherfucking business. Stay your dumb ass in the house. And quit thinking that you are above the law, the authority, all that shit. It's the skin. It's the skin. They feel like the skin is immediate authority for anybody else who doesn't look like them. That's how white supremacists feel. That's why they felt like they could do what they did and get away with it. How the fuck do you think that's normal? Who the fuck would see somebody outside their window and instead of, and even this is wrong, just seeing somebody walking and you just feel suspicious, so you call the police. I would rather you call the police, or matter of fact, I'd rather you mind your motherfucking business and shut the fuck up unless somebody came and approached you specifically and came to harm you and came to inconvenience you. Yo, if there's any white people out there who feel like they have the right to be the authority over other human beings, stop that shit. Quit that shit. Because now that you see what this is, do you think somebody else is going to let this happen to them? Do you think somebody is going to be exempt to or going to be subjected to this again after seeing what happened to Ahmaud Arbery? Because you know, in his defense, the thing is, it's crazy because the people that were defending these clowns, the dude that was defending these clowns basically was saying that Ahmaud Arbery should have avoided better. Niggas being attacked by 3 motherfuckers at once in a truck, and you think he's supposed to avoid them better on foot? basically saying that it was his fault why he got chased down and killed for no reason. The mindset of these motherfuckers. The mindset. That don't make no sense to me, and it never will. And that's a lot of people's mindset out here in this country, and it hasn't been contained yet. And then motherfuckers want to look at us crazy when people actually do something about it. Imagine if Ahmaud was armed that day and started busting back at them. Do you think that this would be the same situation? No. He would have been looked at as a criminal. He would have been looked at as a thug who had a gun. They would have tried to look into his record. They would have tried to see if he obtained that gun illegally. They would have never did that to them. The men that pursued him, they would have never did that because it's automatically assumed that white men own legal guns. They would have did that to Ahmaud if he would have had a strap on him. If he would have busted back, they would have been all up and down his shit and would have tried to find ways to try to make him look like the aggressor in the situation. And it's sad that he had to pay for his life. He had to pay with his life to try to hold back from being somebody who would have been looked at as the perpetrator, even though he was a victim, if he would have did anything else other than try to avoid these motherfuckers. Talking about race. The guy who was defending the three men who just got found guilty. Y'all remember how he popped up and tried to talk about Al Sharpton and Jesse Jackson being in the courtroom supporting the family, and how they don't need any more black pastors in the courtroom. We don't need any more black pastors in the courtroom. Let's try to find that, man. I'm gonna try to find this shit. Where is this guy at? What is his name? I don't know his name. I don't know the dude's name. He's a weirdo, man. Of course, Al Sharpton's ass is up there talking right now. Ben Crump. Where is this guy? What do you guys know the defense lawyer's name? The clown ass defense lawyer? I can't find it. Opie Taylor? Is that his name? I hope that's not his name. You said Opie. What was the defense lawyer's name? Do y'all know? I can't find his name. I don't even know. Hold on. Every time I see Al Sharpton, I think about the fact that he sneezed, coughed, and burped at the same time on television and like swallowed his own fucking throw up. It was the most nasty shit.
And the idea that we're going to be serially bringing these people in to sit with the victim's family one after another, obviously there's only so many pastors they can have. And if their pastor's Al Sharpton right now, that's fine, but then that's it. We don't want any more black pastors coming in here, or other Jesse Jackson, whoever was in here earlier this week, sitting with the victim's family, trying to influence a jury in this case. And I'm not saying the state is even aware that Mr. Sharpton was in the courtroom. I certainly wasn't aware of it until last night. But I think the court can understand my concern about bringing people in who really don't have any ties to this case other than political interests. Over 100.
Let me look this nigga's name up, man. You said Kevin Goch. He sounds like an evil motherfucker. Kevin Goch. Nigga sounds like a disease. Kevin Goch. How the fuck you say that last name? Fucking Kevin Goch. She was killing
12th,
this nigga.
He stood up in this courtroom knowing full well he was on television and made comments about Al Sharpton and then black pastors and Colonel Sanders, all knowing full well it was being broadcast on television. That was not ineffective assistance of counsel by any stretch of the imagination. That was strategic. He got the response he wanted because he has filed a motion a day based on a continued drumbeat of, well, see, people are coming and people are responding, but they're responding to what he did. They're responding to what he strategically, knowingly, intelligently did so that there would be a response so that he could then complain of it. That is good lawyering right there, because now he's motioned for a mistrial based on something that he caused. You cannot insert reversible error into the case yourself.
Wow.
You can't go ahead and do something and then go, oh, well, it's reversible error when you're the one who did it. But he is attempting to go ahead and do that, which, by the way, once again, not ineffective assistance of counsel, brilliant lawyering, and we ask that you deny his motion for mistrial.
She blasted that motherfucker. The prosecution did their job. This is how you do your job. And a lot of people didn't even catch on to that when it was happening. A lot of people kind of just, played along with the race part, not knowing that he was being strategic with it. And I'm not saying he's not a racist. Of course he's a racist. He showed he's a racist, but he would expose himself just to use some type of weird loophole or to try to weasel his way in to try to get a mistrial due to influence that he brought up. And then shot himself in the foot because when he brought up Al Sharpton being in the courtroom, he gonna say in the same sentence, well, not that anybody on the jury noticed him. Sure, I didn't even notice him until afterwards. So if you didn't notice him, why the fuck did you bring him up? Clearly he has no influence. Listen to this whole shit, man.
That I wanted to address. My understanding while I was cross-examining Investigator Lowry yesterday is that the Right Reverend Al Sharpton managed to find his way into the back of the courtroom.
Listen to this shit.
I'm guessing he was somehow there at the invitation of the victim's family in this case. And I have nothing personally against Mr. Sharpton. My concern is that it's one thing for the family to be present. It's another thing to ask for the lawyers to be present. But if we're going to start a precedent starting yesterday where we're going to bring high-profile members of the African-American community into the courtroom to sit with the family during the trial in the presence of the jury, I believe that's intimidating, and it's an attempt to pressure, could be consciously or unconsciously, an attempt to pressure or influence the jury. To my knowledge, Reverend Al Sharpton has no church in Blaine County, never has. Hasn't been here since Elaine Brown ran for mayor, to my knowledge. But we have all kinds of people. We have school board members. We have county commissioners. We have all kinds of pastors in this town, over 100.
Out of all over those 100 pastors in your town, how many of them are black?
The idea that we're going to be serially bringing these people in to sit with the victim's family one after another, obviously there's only so many pastors they can have. And if their pastor's Al Sharpton right now, that's fine, but then that's it. We don't want any more black pastors coming in here, or other Jesse Jackson, whoever was in here earlier this week, sitting with the victim's family, trying to influence a jury in this case. And I'm not saying the state is even aware that Mr. Sharpton was in the courtroom. I certainly wasn't aware of it till last night. But I think the court can understand my concern about bringing people in.
That was him trying to flex his white privilege. If nobody even noticed, you didn't even notice, but then you turn to the judge and be like, you can understand my concern. Those are signals. It's not even about your concern. Those are signals you're trying to send so that you can be in favor. But he made himself look dumb as shit.
Who really don't have any ties to this case other than political interests. And we want to keep politics out of this case. So I'm asking the court to take appropriate steps to make sure that the gallery, which is already limited in this case, isn't being utilized for a purpose that could be viewed as improper. Jackson, whoever was in right now, that's fine, but then that's it. We don't want any more.
Watch when he says we don't want any more black pastors. Look at her reaction and look at her reaction. That's when they realized that the case was over.
Black pastors coming in here, or other Jesse Jackson, whoever was in here earlier this week, sitting with the victim's family, trying to influence a jury in this case. And I'm not saying the state.
And imagine that being your lawyer to try to help you get off. This is the dad right here, the guy that you just watched get guilty on all his charges, damn near all his charges. He's going to prison for the rest of his life. He knew that at this point because he knew that this surrounded race. He knew that this was surrounded around the fact that they racially profiled this man and committed a hate crime. And for his lawyer to say we don't want any more black pastors, and he knew at that moment it was done. Now watch what happens when he tries to explain it here.
How you doing?
Better than I deserve. Why do you believe that the jury should not hold your client as responsible as the other two men?
Well, you know, I don't really want to get into the details or try and summarize an hour and 45-minute closing argument.
Shut the fuck up, because you know there's no actual fucking excuse, you fucking little-faced ass, fucking no-neck having ass, fucking cow lick on the top of your head knowing damn well that's really not your motherfucking hair, fucking look like your fucking mouth smell like ass and juice. You fuck, man, don't make me do it.
But, you know, the question here is, when did Roddy Bryan know that the McMichaels were armed? When did Roddy Bryan know that they intended to shoot Mr. Arbery? And at that point, what could Mr. Bryan have done about it? Those were the three questions that I asked repeatedly, and we're still waiting for answers on that.
How do you expect them to get around the Georgia law that every person concerned in the commission of a crime is party thereto? Meaning, even if you don't have the gun, even if you don't pull the trigger, if you're part of what turns into a homicide, you are just as responsible as everybody else.
Well, and that's exactly what a good prosecutor would say and what a good prosecutor would argue. And I think we can agree that the Arbery family in this case is represented by some very capable attorneys from the Cobb County District Attorney's Office. But at the same time, Chris, given your legal background, I'm sure you appreciate that the parties to the crime statute, particularly the one in Georgia, in this situation would require that Roddy intentionally helped them commit the crime. And he didn't do that. And that's what the evidence shows. At the time of this shooting, as I've said many times, Roddy Bryan was a witness to the shooting. And indeed, he is the witness to the shooting, and it's his video that will allow this jury to try and sort out what justice means in this case between the Arbery family and the McMichaels. And I've said all along, that's not for me to decide. That's not for Roddy Bryan to decide. That's above our pay grade. We got 12 jurors here. We got a great, diverse,
all I hear is a
very
bunch of
thoughtful,
mayonnaise.
attentive jury. You've been watching them during the trial, I'm sure.
A bunch of mayonnaise.
They've been very diligent. They've now got the evidence, and they're going to deliberate. They're going to continue tomorrow. And, you know, all we can do is hope and pray that they
hope
reach
and
a true
pray.
verdict. And I think that's all we can hope for from our criminal justice system and from these 12 fine men and women of Glynn County.
You got three problems. One, he was in one of the vehicles that was trying to stop Arbery. It becomes what you and I know as a chain of battery, that he became part of the behavior that wound up leading up to the shooting. We'll see what the jury thinks about that. One thing that you know, and I just want to make sure that the audience understands, The Arbery family doesn't have any lawyers in that courtroom. This isn't the Arbery family against the
Arbery
McMichaels.
family. The Arbery family is the most well-lawyered family in America right now.
Hold on.
I don't know
Hold
where
on. Counsel.
you get that idea.
Counselor. Counselor.
Why can't they be? Their family member, their loved one, was senselessly murdered for no motherfucking reason. Look at that. Look at his face. Do you understand? This is a person who knows exactly what he's doing. A very calculated individual. Lawyers are scumbags. He is the definition of a scumbag lawyer. You ever see the scumbag motherfucking lawyer ass niggas that be in the movie and shit? That's him. He's the scumbag lawyer who will say the dumb shit, who will try to do anything to get somebody off, even if he knows they are 1,000% guilty.
Counsel, this case is the prosecution on behalf of the people. This is a crime against the community. This isn't about Arbery's versus McMichaels. This is Arbery as a victim, and the crime is against the state. The crime is against the community. The crime is against the law.
Hold on, Chris. Hold on now. You've been watching the same trial I have. There are 3 very, very capable lawyers from the Cobb County District Attorney's Office sitting there at counsel table. Linda Dunikoski has lit the courtroom on fire every opportunity she gets. Paul, Larissa, they have all done an outstanding job. And that's just the 3 in the front of the courtroom. Maybe you've not been to Cobb County. Cobb County has an incredible district attorney's office. It's deep, it's well-staffed, it's well...
And they make the best mayonnaise you'll ever eat in your life.
Well-funded.
And?
These people are here, and they mean business.
Yeah,
they are,
but they're not there just for the
Arbery's.
Arbery's.
Have been incredibly well represented.
First of all, it's not, but I can't believe
Well,
you're
you
saying...
This defense lawyer looked like his mouth, when he talked, it smelled like a wet butthole ring.
Asking me about the...
I can't believe you're saying this.
what,
I really can't.
We can't believe what? That I'm standing up and acknowledging that the Cobb County DA's office has done an incredible
No, that's not
job
what you said.
in this case?
That's not what you said. What you said was that the Arbery family has great lawyers. This isn't about just the Arbery's. This is about the whole community that was wronged when their laws are broken and someone is killed illegally.
In this case, the Cobb County District Attorney's Office represents the victim and their family in this case. And they are well represented.
They represent the people, and they are advocates for the rights of the victim. You know that, and I feel like that takes me to my third point, which is, why are you trying to make this so intensely personal about Ahmaud Arbery? Why bring up black pastors and their presence in what you know is a public accommodation, being this courtroom, and that you don't have a say in who comes and who doesn't come and observe? Why make that point? Why do you think about pastors in terms of black and white?
Get him, Chris.
I don't think of pastors in terms of black and white. And let's be clear, if you were in that...
I don't think of pastors in terms of black and white. Nigga, you said we don't want any more black pastors in the courtroom. You deranged motherfucker. It's calculated, man. It's calculated. And there are dumb motherfuckers out there that will watch this who are against what is happening. The people who will say something like as if it was Ahmaud Arbery's fault for being killed. They will sit up there and look at this man like, oh, they always want to bring race into it, even though he is the one that did it. Didn't nobody bring up race? Didn't nobody bring up black pastors? Didn't nobody bring up any influence with families and black people being in, whether you're Al Sharpton or Jesse Jackson? It was you. I have never seen somebody with that long of a face. His face reaches to his chest. There is no neck there. Look at you see that? That chin is drawn in. That is not a chin. It's drawn in. Everything, that is his entire face. He has the longest face that reaches down to his chest, and when he eats food, you can literally hear it traveling from his face to his chest. It's like it's one zone. It's just whoop. There's no neck travel way. He doesn't have an Adam's apple. He doesn't have a neck bone. All he has is face, skull, and then his fucking frame. Skull and frame, no neck. Listen to how he tries to tap dance through this bullshit.
Courtroom sitting in my chair representing Roddy Bryan, you'd be doing exactly the same thing.
No, I wouldn't.
So
No, I wouldn't.
If it helps you to make that point, you can. But if you were sitting there, you'd be doing exactly the
No, I
same
wouldn't.
thing. As would
you know,
any
you don't even
good
have a right
criminal
to do it.
defense lawyer in America.
No, they wouldn't. To say you can't
Really?
be in the gallery?
Really? Well,
To-
you know,
to say
we
I
keep
don't want
filing
black
motions
people in the gallery?
based on the law that you're. I'm sorry, I didn't say that. We have no problem with black people being in the gallery. Never did, never will.
Black
Read
pastors.
the motions, Chris. Do the homework.
Black pastors?
Millions of Americans across this country are looking to you to understand these proceedings. Why don't you take the time and actually help them? Why don't you read the motions? Why don't you read the Supreme Court cases from the United States Supreme Court that we cited? Why don't you explain to me, explain to the American
say that people
why the opinion of Supreme Court justices
Counselor.
doesn't matter in this case?
Counselor.
Because we think it does.
Counselor, saying a lot is not the same as saying something that matters. You can flood the zone. The interview doesn't end. What
We
I'm
can
sa-
agree on that.
What I'm saying is this. There is no Supreme Court case that says you can make a determination of who can be in the gallery watching a trial on the basis of race. You and I both know that.
What
You
the
said
Supreme
black
Court has
pastors.
said is
You
that the right of
confused
a defendant to a
Jesse
fair
Jackson
trial
with
is
Al
paramount.
Sharpton, and it seemed at a minimum a fit of ignorance, and at maximum, you making a race play in this trial. Were you not doing that?
Chris, you can call me ignorant. You can call me anything you want. But I'm here representing Roddy Bryan, and I'm going to defend my client to the best of my ability, and I don't really care whether the people in the cheap seats like it or not.
Let that anger out, Jim Bob. Let it out. Let that frustration out. Go ahead. You might as well just say the N-word with the hard R. Let it out.
I'm here for one person, and that's Roddy Bryan. That's my job, and I know you respect that. And I'm sorry that we disagree on this issue, but I'm not going to back down from insisting that Roddy Bryan receives a fair trial. And we have a judge who's working very hard to ensure that. The Cobb County DA's office is working very hard to ensure that. We have a sheriff here who's working very hard to ensure to make the best of a difficult situation. And I hope that you can appreciate all that effort. I'm pretty sure the Arbery family appreciates
That's
those
him
efforts
telling
to
Chris,
ensure
I hope you
that their
remember
son
that you're
receives a
white.
fair trial. And I
Remember
hope
that you're
everyone
white.
can.
Remember what
Any
side you're
victim of
on.
crime is
Chris
supposed to get this kind
Cuomo.
of representation. The
You
Arbery-
remember what side you're on. You're over there defending the blacks. Look at your skin. Look who you work for. Remember the agenda. You're not supposed to go at us this hard. God damn it.
He's just getting what's due. Somebody
Yes, sir.
In this
Yes.
situation. And the judge felt no differently about what you said about black pastors than I'm presenting to you right now. And I'm not calling you ignorant. I'm saying the statement was. Is a difference. But, Counselor, I appreciate you.
Chris, let me put it to you this way.
Yeah.
If when every time a police officer is killed, we're going to allow the police department to stack the courtroom with uniformed police officers, I think you'd agree that that would be inappropriate.
I
Would
also
you
would.
not?
I also would.
Would you not?
I don't know that it would be inappropriate, but I know it's not an analogy. Having black pastors there to support the family, I don't think is going to have a chilling effect on a jury. Nor should it. But, Counselor, I got to go. I appreciate you taking the time.
we can respectfully disagree. Thank you for your time,
The
sir.
only
Good
way
night.
to disagree is respectfully. Thank you for coming on the show. Kevin Guff, that's the counsel for Roddy Bryan. Now, what I want to do is let's talk to somebody else who understands the game of litigation very well. Another criminal defense.
Yo, that is hilarious. That's fucking hilarious, bro. That shit's funny as hell to me. He came on there to try to defend the shit that he said as if he knew, or as if he didn't know it wasn't wrong. We don't want any more black pastors in here. You heard what he said. How do you defend that? Unless you are a racist man. Talking about your job is to defend, then defend your client. What does Al Sharpton or Jesse Jackson being in the courtroom have to do with it, especially if you didn't even notice they was in there with your weird ass? That's how racists communicate too. He said he didn't know till after. Guess what? You know what happened after that court case? One of his little buddies, one of his little mayonnaise buddies called and was like, you know Al Sharpton was in there. You know, that's the second Negro to walk in that courtroom since this court case happened. Now, Jesse Jackson was there earlier. We got to do something. You got to bring it up. Say it's like an influence or something. It'll sway the jury or something. Get those black monkeys out of the courtroom right now. Kevin Goss. Last name sound like you gobble dick. And then it shows you how they keep tabs on people too. Now let me just make it clear. I don't give a fuck about Al Sharpton. Like let's keep it a buck. How many of y'all really do give a fuck about Al Sharpton? I don't give a fuck about Al Sharpton. But it's the gesture in which he tried to make that he didn't want any more black pastors making a race play. Now he also made it a point to let you know that Al Sharpton was how he moved. Oh, he doesn't have a church in the county. I don't remember him having a church there last time he was here. First of all, why are you, Mr. Random Ass Defense Lawyer, keeping tabs on Al Sharpton? He gave it up right there, but a lot of people didn't catch that. How you talking about the last time Al Sharpton was? If I was Al Sharpton, I would have did an investigation on this motherfucker. How do you know the last time I was in this county? I could have been here last year, the year before that. You talking about the last time I was there, and then you talking about last time you checked, and I ain't got a church there. Last time I checked, black people didn't need a church. Or matter of fact, let me be more specific. Black pastors didn't need a church in a county to show up somewhere. Matter of fact, do you know how many guest pastors have been in the fucking circuit of churches in my life? I done seen so many guest pastors come up and speak and preach at different fucking churches all across the country. They don't need a fucking church to be in that county. That is some racist ass shit. Follow me real quick. That's really some, the wording. This is the way that they think and the way that it's been taught to them, the way that it's been passed down. Racist motherfuckers have no place in this fucking world. Now, to end this off the right way. Let me give y'all the best Al Sharpton speech I've ever heard in my life, all right? Shout out to Al Sharpton. This is the best Al Sharpton speech I've ever heard.
Friends.
That is the best Al Sharpton speech I've ever heard in my life. The snarf. The snarf. My man snarfed. Hey man, I'm glad that Ahmaud Arbery got the justice that he deserved. That man did not have to be senselessly killed like that, man. At the end of the day, these white supremacist, racist ass motherfuckers got exactly what was coming to them, and probably even more. Who knows? Let's stay tuned to what happens to them. They said the death penalty might be on the table. Let's keep a close eye on that. We gonna see, man. They might spare their lives because they probably feel bad for them either way in that county, especially if you got people there that think like Kevin Kevin chokes on dick. That's his new name. I'm not gonna. That's not his last name isn't Goff no more. His name is Kevin Chokes on Dick. All right. GMS fam, put a GMS in the comments. Hit the like button. Hit the subscribe. Hit the bell. Follow me on my socials. Hit the Cash App if you are feeling generous, man. If you want to spare any dollars to support the GMS show, hit the Cash App. I will most appreciate it. Thank you so much. Let's go. Put a GMS in the comments. I'm about to shout out everybody. Where you at? Where you at? I got some Pringles. And I'm hungry. I need to eat. Need some Pringles. Yeah, I'm hungry. I think I'm about to eat. Hey, what I'm about to eat? 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 You know that I go. You know that I flee. What I'm about to eat. What I'm about to eat. Hey. Shout out to C-Mo, Rob Justice, Arius, Baby G, Love Lace, Maryland Bears, Brandy in the building. Hey, DJ, I need you to run that back, sir. Run that motherfucker back. Let's go. Put a GMS in the chat. Put a GMS in the chat. Trey 979 in the building. Yeah, they're healthy. It's cheddar and sour cream. I got some Pringles. What up, Millie? Pringles. I got some Pringles. I got some Pringles. I got some Pringles. What up, Art Stark? I'm hungry. I'm hungry. Ooh-wee. That was a dope 2 shows today, man. I'll take tomorrow off. I'll see y'all on Friday. We'll probably do a show Friday afternoon, and then I'll see y'all later that night on the 3Gs podcast, man. What's my favorite dish on Thanksgiving? All of it. Fat nigga say all of it. Tired of beneficiary. What's going on, man? Y'all make sure y'all hit that like button on the way out if you haven't. Subscribe, hit the bell. Follow me on my socials, hit the cash app. You feeling generous, motherfuckers. GMS, the Green Room. Appreciate y'all, man. Y'all have a great rest of your motherfucking day. Peace.